Hello, everyone. We're about to play our third and final match in the Kaladesh Draft. We are, excuse me, we are 2-0. This would be a much better hand if I was on the play, but I still think it's keepable. We got removal, a couple creatures. Could be worse. There's a good chance our Thriving Grubs won't get to do his thing, but that's okay. Well, I haven't played anything yet. So we'll play our Grubs and cross our fingers. Drawing Propeller Pioneer is nice, though. Okay, well, that'll work. That works for me. Guess we just play our Fire Weaver now. Opponent does get to keep one energy from that, thanks to our Grubs being so small. But we do have other things to spend our energy on, too. Workshop Assistant. You don't see a whole lot of that going on. I think I play the Pioneer. And do I want to servo? It will do 1 to my opponent, but having a 3-2 in the air just seems way better right now. So we're going to go with the counter. I could have played the Infiltrator instead, but I thought sort of making use of all of my mana when I could was probably the best thing to do. Okay, Self-Assembler. So more than likely our opponent has another one to find, and they do. They are kind of scary when you can just start playing multiple Self-Assemblers. Now we really need to draw planes. Well, we are going to attack. And I'm going to play Spireside Infiltrator into my turn. So another Self-Assembler probably coming down. We're just going to take 4 from this one. Yep. I wonder if he has 3 of them. Wow, he does. That's not great for us. They are quite large for our deck to deal with. Alright, well we did draw white, but we can't use it yet. Do I play Captured by the Consulate on one of those Self-Assemblers? I might. That might be the plan. Make it so my opponent can't use removal or any tricks or anything. Yeah, let's do that. We're going to capture this guy by the Consulate. And we're going to attack for 3 in the sky. May just be worth it to double block this Self-Assembler now that we know our opponent can't use a trick. The bad news is once this assistant dies, he can get it back, but so I think I'm just going to take it for now. Play our Wispweaver next, which is good for us. It is great being able to blank at least one removal spell. Now the question is, does our opponent have 4 Self-Assemblers? I don't think I've ever seen someone play 4, but this guy seems like he might be. No, just 3. 3's pretty good. Pyrohelix doesn't seem great right here, although I guess it can help us finish our opponent, theoretically. So we're going to attack and then just play Wispweaver Angel to untap this. We could think about going for a servo, because it can at least chump block a Self-Assembler, and it will do 1 to our opponent. So maybe we do that now. It slows our clock in the air a little bit, but at the same time, the Wispweaver Angel we're playing will accelerate our clock in the air. So we will do this. And we're going to go for the servo here, which will drop our opponent to 10. We have 6 damage in the air. And our Revoke Privileges ready to play, should we need to. Alright, going to 9 is not actually a bad thing for us, honestly. As close as we are to being able to just kill our opponent. We need him to do 1 more damage to himself, and we can kill him on our turn, so. Self-Assembler's rumbling. I'm going to chump one of them with a servo. Especially because we have Revoke Privileges to put on whatever other creature he might play. Go to 8. Thriving Rhino. What else you got? Okay, 2 blockers. All right. So we can Pyrohelix one, revoke privileges the other. It still leaves him with this as a blocker, though. But let's see. We do 4, 6. We do 7 without actually having to hit our opponent, so we can just kill him with the Helix, actually. We do 6 in the air, 1 with just turning sideways, and then Pyrohelix finishes the job. So we'll just attack, especially since our opponent's tapped out. So, yeah, 4, 6, and 7. So it turns out that Metal Spinner's Puzzle Knot is actually pretty big here. The 1 damage our opponent took makes it so we can kill him this turn. It would not necessarily have been possible otherwise. He actually doesn't really have great blocks for the Infiltrator anyway, but he can trade with it, obviously. So our opponent will go to 2. And we'll finish with Pyrohelix to the face for 2. Got there. So, our opponent doesn't really look like we really want Ruinous Gremlin here. Could want something like Wayward Giant, potentially. But I think our flyers are just better versions of that, basically. Our opponent doesn't really seem to have very many of them. So that's good for us. We've been winning a lot in the skies. Do we want something like Aradara Express? Sort of break up the ground game? I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think we really need anything out of our board. I think we're good as is. Kind of a slow hand, but it is a keep again. Well, that helps. I was going to say, we do have a solid chance. We need to play that Vantage next turn just to make sure we do it when we should. We do have a solid chance of drawing a 2-drop, and then we did, so. Well, I'm glad we kept Pyrohelix, because it is especially good against that card. It might just be better to play Fireweaver now, and I think it is. I don't really have a problem trading a Fireweaver for an Arnhem Cobra. Making my opponent spend a green mana as well if they want to kill my Fireweaver. Yeah, now they're just not going to attack. So, Pyrohelix so good right now. There's Welding Sparks, almost a Pyrohelix, right? We're going to play our Monitor now. It's going to be pretty nice with our Built to Last, obviously. And we'll end our turn. We are going to take 3 in the air here. Okay. We can do 4 with Welding Sparks. Should we hold on to Weld Fast Monitor? If I can get him to double block my Weld Fast Monitor, Built to Last will do so much work. And I think I'm going to try to make that happen. Then we can also play Eddy Trailhawk. That's kind of the ideal. It's the ideal thing right here. If it doesn't happen, we just get in for 3 and then play probably our Hawk. We could think about playing Welding Sparks too, actually. Yeah, he's not going to double block. Might have been better on defense, I guess, honestly. We still do have it, of course. So do I want to play Welding Sparks to kill that when I know I can? Yeah, I think I probably do. We'll just play Welding Sparks. And we'll end our turn. I just don't want it to happen that he pumps it and then kills my Weld Fast Monitor, and then I'm like, great. That didn't really work out for me. We'll take 3 in the air. Revoke privileges, huh? Now, do I just do the same thing? I think I probably do, and then play Eddy Trailhawk. We have revoke privileges if this flyer really starts to own us, which is entirely possible. But yeah, we're going to play our own Eddy Trailhawk, our own flyer, is what I mean to say. And the question is, do I use it to block? Now, I can use Built to Last to make my creature survive in combat with the Foundry's creature, and that's not terrible. especially because I love me my Eddy Trailhawk, but I just want to draw my Pyro Helix. That's what I really want to happen right here. Okay, huge creature. Definitely going to have to use Revoke on that. It's far too big for us to deal with easily in any way, really. Does the opponent attack? No. Okay. I mean, I guess we can actually... No, we can't. Not quite. Okay. So I'm going to use Revoke Privileges. Shut that down. Do I want to attack with my Menace creature, or do I just want to play Thriving Grubs? Honestly, I think getting in for the damage is pretty big right here. If he decides to block, we get a 2-for-1, so I think I'm just going to attack. We have mana up for Built to Last, should that become relevant. So if he blocks, we kill them both. And if he doesn't, he goes to 10, and the lower he gets, the better things get for us with, you know, a Pinger in play and a Wispy and aerial attacks coming. Granted, he does have a 3-1 to sort of slow that, but... Aww. Taken down. Yeah, it's a pretty good sideboard card against us. I am glad he used it when he did, though. Right now, Blinking Weldfast Monitor does do 1 damage to our opponent. Not an irrelevant fact. He's attacking with both. I think we go to 9. We know our opponent has a Thriving Rhino in his hand. Interesting he didn't play it. Oh, wait a second. I guess he decided not to do it. Never mind. I don't know what he has in his hand. Goggles, huh? Well, that's not too bad. So, Goggles. Drops our opponent to 9. We take 5 on the backswing. Put Goggles here on our guy with Menace. Not that we're going to give him Menace now, but he can have Menace, I should say. I'm going to leave the Fireweaver back. I might have to block the Narnum Cobra next time. And I'll play Thriving Grubs. Opponent very, very close to being dead when we have Built to Last. So, I found myself, I enjoy the decks in this format that aren't aggressive. More than I enjoy the aggressive ones like this one. But I've had a lot more success with aggressive decks like this one. I love the energy decks. I just don't seem to do the best job of constructing those. Okay, well... So, what we can do is give this Menace an attack with it. Theoretically, he double blocks it, and we use Built to Last to just smash through that. I think I'm going to give it Menace and also attack with my Thriving Grubs. Yeah, we'll give it Menace. We could play our Angel, but I want to hold on to that in case things go south, basically. We do have Built to Last to at least make it so our Weldfast Monitor can't die, so... if he uses a kill spell, that is. So yeah, we'll attack with both of these. We'll pump the energy into that. Give ourselves a 3-2. Yeah, so that is kind of what we were hoping for. We can use Built to Last here, but I'm not convinced my opponent doesn't have a kill spell to use in response, and I'd rather, well, what would I rather my opponent do? Would I rather just kill both of these creatures and be able to follow it up with a Wispeaver Angel, or just try to kill my opponent outright right now? I think I might just try to kill my opponent outright. The thing is, if he has a kill spell, he can obviously use it in response to Built to Last anyway, so let's just try to kill our opponent. Okay, Death Touch. Looks like that's just going to kill our opponent. Got there. Yeah, so went 3-0. I've done most of that with very aggressive decks, as I said. Not as lots of 2-1s with other decks, but we did good here. It was a very straightforward aggressive deck, and we did a good job with it. So thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.